Yes, sir. Modtricca. Back up in this thing, man. Today, I'm reacting to some creepy TikToks that'll leave you a little discombobulated. Let's get it.
Something extremely strange caught my eye when I was watching the Grammys last night. So Doja Cat pulled up and I noticed that she had a bunch of new tattoos. But one in particular caught my eye, and it was the one on her forehead. And it reads Delara Findicoglu. And when you look her up, she's a young fashion designer who puts spells and witchcraft into her clothing, and she even says it herself.
With my clothes, I kind of do witchcraft because I believe in reincarnation. Like, obviously, my spirit chose this body and knew it was going to be fashion designer.
And the deeper you look into her artwork or clothing or designs, whatever you call it, everything is just super dark. She also hosted this dark-themed Versailles party, and last year her runway was hosted in what looked like to be an abandoned church or warehouse. And I thought they played music during her runway show, but hers, she played the sound of water dropping. Listen to this.
Showing up to the Grammys with a Delara Findicoglu tattoo across your forehead is actually pretty tame for Doja Cat. Normally she would pull up with a full demon costume, so I guess we're making progress.
Nearly 40 million people across California are under flood advisories as a huge storm is just dumping record rainfall right now in the state. We're seeing many flooded streets. Reports of landslides already, bringing the landslides, of course, also bring a very different kind of threat to so many. Southern California facing the brunt of it right now. Hurricane-force winds are now added into the mix. They're being reported, and also more than 500,000 customers are without power. We'll see how that changes with those winds in play. The latest update shows 8 counties are under a state of emergency. We're going to show you video right here. This is of a helicopter rescue helping people that became stranded in Los Angeles County. Thank goodness for them.
I hope everybody out there is staying safe, but catastrophic flooding in Los Angeles County during this time of year does not seem typical. So before we write this off as a harp storm, can somebody from California please verify if this is normal or not?
Someone on Reddit just found what looks like an alien in their garden. So a picture of this very odd looking creature just went viral on Reddit. Now, according to the poster, it was found in England and it was found in their friend's garden. Now, shortly after the picture was posted, it quickly spread all over Reddit, and everyone is trying to figure out just what this creature thing is. At first, many people thought that it might be some kind of root, until a picture of the creature at a new angle was released. Now, after seeing this picture, there's no denying this is some kind of creature. As you may notice, it has a chest. It also has what appears to be eyes, arms, legs, maybe a third leg right there if you see it. It also has a tail, you know, it's very alien-like. Now, since this specific angle of the creature came out, many people are debating the validity of the picture. Because if you look at this, it just looks way too stereotypical alien. I mean, down to the shape of the head and everything. It's very sci-fi looking, if that makes any sense. As of right now, I don't think that it's been confirmed real or fake yet. But what do you guys think about this Reddit alien?
I doubt that this is real because I've never seen a root that grows to look like a mix between E.T. and one of those worms from Men in Black. But if it is legit, then the Department of Agriculture is about to come knocking soon.
A suspected Chinese spy pigeon was released after 8 months of detention in India. Yes, you heard that right. A spy pigeon. Here's what happened. The suspected avian agent was captured back in May 2023 near a port in Mumbai, marked with words that appeared to be in Chinese. Police believed it was involved in espionage activities and took it in before sending it into a Mumbai animal hospital. In the end, it turned out the pigeon was an open water racing bird from Taiwan that had escaped and flown to India. The bird was sent to the Bombay Society for the Prevention of Cruelty to Animals and set free by doctors this week. It's not the first time a bird has been suspected of espionage in India. The Associated Press reports that in 2016, another pigeon was detained after it was found with a note that threatened Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi. Homing pigeons have been used in spying and combat throughout history, including in both world wars. Some of them were even awarded military decorations like the French Croix de Guerre and the UK's Dickin Medal for their service in saving human lives.
Incarcerating a bird for 8 months for being a suspected spy is as paranoid as you can possibly be, bro. That pigeon did not deserve that.
If you've been looking for a reason to not come to Bali, this is it. Everywhere.
What a...
Like here.
this is the worst thing I've ever seen in my entire life. I'm not exaggerating.
I'm gonna have to remove Bali from my bucket list of places to visit after this, bro. The brochures mention nothing about spiders lining the streets.
Hey, I'm just doing a quick little video here just to give people an idea of how much energy it takes to charge an electric vehicle. I'm at Electrify America. There's a 350 kilowatt station. I'm consuming roughly 137 kilowatts. It'll fluctuate. Sometimes I can go up to the full 350. But to put this into perspective, an average home consumes 1.25 kilowatts per hour. 135 kilowatts per hour. It's like the equivalent of 106 homes on the grid, just this one station. Now, if I was going to get the full 350 kilowatts like these can supply, that would be the equivalent of 280 homes. Now, think about all 6 chargers running at full capacity. That's like 1,080 homes on the grid. Just a little food for thought. It's things people don't realize the amount of energy it takes to fast charge these batteries. It's a huge amount of electricity, and now you understand why the electric companies can't even supply that much power to one spot. It's like, think of 1,600 homes and how much copper and wire that would take to supply that many houses.
I find it ironic that the entire draw of electric vehicles is that they're supposed to be more sustainable than gas power, but charging one car versus 106 homes sounds like the opposite to me.
Did The Simpsons just predict the future again? So by now you've probably seen all the videos coming out of people using the Apple Vision Pro in public. Like this absolutely horrifying one of a man using it while driving his Tesla. But people are saying The Simpsons predicted this in an episode 8 years ago. And I want to tell you about all the spooky ways that episode mirrors real life. And if you're looking for other types of spooky stories, dark history, and mysteries, definitely check out my podcast. So 8 years ago, The Simpsons released an episode where there's a device known as the Froculus. And when you put it on, you can do things like change the faces of the people around you, which is currently not a feature of the Apple Vision Pro, but people are dreaming up what that would look like, and it doesn't feel like it's that far off. The episode also shows people using it to live in fantasy rather than reality, even though they're using it in their own lives. And one complaint that people have is that it seems like it's just a way to further disengage from our reality. Like everyone's going to walk around even more in their own bubble than we already are with our phones. Or this is going to be a place for us to be served ads in a capacity that we normally weren't able to receive ads, like while driving. Mostly The Simpsons is just trying to show people how stupid it would look if everyone was wearing these, but what do you think? Do you think you would ever get one?
The Simpsons have been eerily spot on with a lot of these predictions, but they must have Nostradamus writing scripts for how they nailed this one down, bro. Social interaction is about to go out the window.
And it took me to my adult years or leaving home where I could really try on something different for myself. That was Satanism. It's working out really well. I made a pact. The movie came out so well.
He said that with a little too much conviction. He could just be joking, but he's the only one in the room that's not laughing.
Check out these interviews from 2004, where NBC moderator Tim Russert asks both George Bush and John Kerry about their involvement in the Skull and Bones secret society during the 2004 U.S. presidential election campaign. You know, back when journalists actually did their job.
You were both in Skull and Bones, the secret society.
It's so secret we can't talk about it.
What does that mean for America? The conspiracy theorists are going to go wild.
I'm sure they are. I don't know. I haven't seen the web.
Number 322?
First of all, he's not the nominee. And, look, I look forward...
Are you prepared to lose?
No, I'm not going to lose.
You both were members of Skull and Bones, a secret society at Yale. What does that tell us?
Not much, because it's a secret.
Is there a secret handshake? Is there a secret code?
I wish there were something secret I could manifest.
322, a secret number?
There are all kinds of secrets, Tim, but one thing is not a secret. I disagree with this president's direction that he's taking the country. We can do a better job, and I intend to do it.
And we'll be watching. Be safe on the campaign trail. John Kerry, thanks for joining us. And we'll be right back.
Here's a perfect snapshot of why the system might be broken today, is because the real decisions are probably made well in advance at these meetings after they get done with the weekly ritual. I understand that it's a normal practice for certain art pieces like oil paintings or artifacts or relics to be restored from time to time, but this does not look historically accurate. Where's the limestone cladding and the gold topper? This looks like if the Flintstones built a pyramid.
Until 1999, the Oscars was held at a building called the Shrine, which was founded by William Florence and Walter Fleming, two high-ranking Scottish Rite Freemasons. Hollywood has long been interested in Freemasonry. Gene Autry, John Wayne, Nat King Cole, Duke Ellington, C.C. DeMille, Clark Gable, Walt Disney, Oliver Hardy, you name it, the list goes on. Many celebrities have come out and admitted their connection to Freemasonry. In the book Morals and Dogma, written by Albert Pike, on page 321, Freemasons let us know exactly who their God is. It says, Lucifer, the light bearer, strange and mysterious name given to the spirit of darkness, the son of the morning. It is he who bears the light, and with it splendors intolerable, blinds feeble, sensual, or selfish souls, doubt it not. When the movie Life is Beautiful was awarded at the Oscars, the camera quickly pulls back and shows a wide of the stage. When you pause it, you can see elements of Freemasonry built into the very set. If you look at a Masonic tracing board, a tool a Mason uses to teach and educate people involved in Freemasonry how to spot things that are connected to that organization, you can see the checkered floor, you can see the archways, you can see the sun motif in the back.
This is only concerning because this is such a secretive organization that we don't truly know what their agenda is. So while we may think it's harmless to go out and watch these movies, there could be something happening deeper on the subliminal level. Stanley Cup is just a gift that keeps on giving, I guess. Last week it was lead, this week it's spiders. I'm afraid for next week.
So this is probably the scariest tombstone out there.
This grave-set victim of the beast 666 had a bone on it.
I really hope that this is just some sort of like sick joke or something. Okay, I'm gonna do some research into Lily E. Gray and get back to y'all.
I mean, this might sound a little insensitive, but this headstone makes me want to know the full tea on how she went out. Falling victim to the beast sounds unfortunate.
Is it possible that our entire modern society is designed as a panopticon prison? The panopticon is a system of social control designed by the English philosopher Jeremy Bentham. The concept of the design allows all prisoners of an institution to be observed by a single security guard, without the inmates being able to tell whether or not they are being watched. Although it is physically impossible for the single guard to observe all inmate cells at once, the fact that the inmates cannot know whether or not they're being watched means they're motivated to act as though they are being watched at all times. Basically, it's a sophisticated method of self-censorship and behavior control. Now let's apply the panopticon to the internet age. We all know we're being surveilled at all times. Right now as I speak, I'm being watched by the camera in my computer. Do you think this digital panopticon subconsciously reinforces us to modify our own behavior?
Even if we are living in a panopticon society, I don't think it's curbing our behavior at all. Just think about porch pirates. You can have the best Ring doorbell system that money can buy. They'll walk right up to the camera, smile and wave, and still take your package.
So, not be the order anymore. We are on the way to a new order, so we are between orders. Do you agree with that, or are there ways of what are we able to keep on the positive side from the old order to bring into a new world order, and how can we avoid that new world order becomes like a jungle growing back, and we rather have an order based on international law and the principles that have brought us prosperity.
The current world order is not perfect, but I prefer it any day over this new world order being talked about at the World Economic Forum starring Klaus Schwab and Bill Gates.
This idea of being able to contact alien beings psychically, telepathically, constitutes some of the highest secrets of some of the world's most famous magical cults and secret societies. And we see some of these beings being described as secret chiefs. In the case of Theosophy with Madame Blavatsky, she channeled spirits and she called those the secret chiefs, and some of these spirits apparently dwelled upon other planets. We also see it with World International Freemasonry, which is led by a group of what are called loosely the Hidden Masters. Now, in my film The Illuminati, which I made in 2004, it was revealed that one of these Hidden Masters of World International Freemasonry has a name, and he's called Yota, or Yoda, and is meant to be an ideologue, a spiritual entity that guides World International Freemasonry. And this Yota ideologue, or this Yoda entity, whatever you want to call it, is not actually the spirit of a human, but it's the spirit of an alien being.
What he's describing kind of sounds like the German Vril Society in the early 20th century, where they would use spiritual means to contact different entities. So it could be connected, but if this is true, then that means that Star Wars is actually a documentary.
A Cold War era nuclear rocket has been found in a deceased man's garage. Here's what happened. The Seattle Times reports that the National Museum of the U.S. Air Force in Dayton, Ohio, called police in Bellevue, Washington, after someone offered to donate a rocket. On February 1st, members of the Bellevue Squad inspected the military-grade rocket and determined it to be inert and safe, according to a news release the following day. Pieces of the larger missile, including the warhead, were missing. The Bellevue resident who made the call was in charge of his deceased neighbor's estate. He said he believed his neighbor had bought the rocket at an estate sale. It was essentially just a rusted piece of metal at that point, a Bellevue police spokesperson said. An artifact, in other words. Bomb squad members determined that the rocket was a Douglas Air 2 Genie missile. Since the military did not request the return of the rocket, police left it with the man to donate as he chooses.
I know they say it's inert and harmless, but he's the last person I want to have beef with, just in case it's not.
We have a problem. Taylor Swift was never really that political until George Soros bought all of the rights to her music. This is real.
My entire catalog was sold to Scooter Braun's Ithaca Holdings in a deal that I'm told was funded by the Soros family, 23 Capital, and the Carlyle Group.
Enter Operation Taylor. Travis Kelce was not a big-time celebrity. So suddenly, this dude, who I've never heard of, and you've probably never heard of, it becomes the face of Bud Light. A little strange choice, isn't it? This premier athlete became the face of Pfizer. 18% of voters say they're more likely or significantly more likely to vote for a candidate endorsed by Taylor Swift. This published today from the New York Times. Predictive programming? Oh yeah. What's happening with Taylor Swift is not organic or natural. It's an op. We all feel it and we all know it.
When it comes to music, we should take her opinion all day, but when it comes to politics, then I don't think she's the most credible source, so it's a little concerning that 1/5 of voters are basically Swifties.
Mariam lives in the UK with her family, and after having a small baby, strange things started happening at her home. And she decided to record some of these strange things, and I'm going to show you guys some of her very creepy videos. This is one of her first videos. Check this out.
Here, can you give me any sign, anything, moving the chair on the table or something? Oh my god, okay, wait. Okay, wait. Look at that, look at that, look. Can you stop now? It's enough. I know you are here. It's enough. What do you want? Okay, leave it. You need to leave now. This is not your house. You need to leave. This is not your house. No.
They were very creeped out about it, and after uploading several videos on the issue, things got even creepier. The thing is, paranormal investigators say you should not communicate back with these spirits because things can get creepier, and they did. And this is one of her next videos. Check this out.
If this is real, then you can tell that this is a strong ghost by the way it slid that chase lounge across the floor. I don't even think Barton and Sage can take care of this one.
This strange, gelatinous creature was discovered by a jogger on the side of a road.
I don't see any scales. I certainly don't see any hair. It almost has kind of a gelatinous look to it. It's kind of slimy, kind of pale, gray or silver.
Because of its strange shape and form, Many on social media have suggested it could be a baby alien creature.
I have no idea of what this could be or why it was found in the middle of the street, but it kind of looks like an octopus or a squid with one tentacle and a frog arm.
I have been with clients sitting in here. She turned into a Black Panther right in front of me. Now, I know shape-shifting. I see shape-shifting. But this girl is a Black Panther that I've ever seen. I even touched the hair on her.
Wait, so let's go back. I'm confused. So who'd you pet? You pet another girl that turned into an animal? What does that mean?
She was a client sitting on my couch looking at...
Okay.
And we were talking, and she turned around, and the next thing I know, she was a Black Panther sitting, like a panther would be there. And I thought, the first it scared me. I thought, is she going to attack me?
Did she put her arm up and say Wakanda?
No, she didn't say anything. She just, I could only understand her through her eyes. And she looked right at me, and I just leaned out, and I said it out loud. I said, I just want to touch your fur. Her eyes allowed it.
I want to believe her, but this kind of sounds like an experience you will only have on peyote.
Elon Musk has created a company now called Neuralink, and it is the first chip that is designed to actually interface in the human brain, where neurons are actually interfacing with the chip to connect the human brain to the hard drive of a computer with no physical connection, with no wires. It's kind of like a Bluetooth.
Right.
Now,
your thoughts become manifest and operate.
Now, to a young person who has not been taught about their bodies, their relationship to their bodies, and how rare the human potential really is. When they hear that, they say, "Sweet." Who wouldn't want to game without touching the keyboard? But Elon Musk himself, in an interview recently, this is fascinating. He said, "As a businessman, I have to push the edge of this technology so that we can stay ahead of our competition." He said, but we need, not me specifically, our industry needs to be regulated. He says, I'm afraid.
He's been saying this for years.
Of where this is going.
Yeah.
So all of this is leading to, and it's a term you just mentioned, what is called the transhuman movement. And this is a new term. It means different things to different people. Technically, there are 3 levels of transhumanism. Transhumanism is, to varying degrees, replacing our natural biology with technology.
If he was truly afraid of this technology, then he wouldn't be pushing full steam ahead with the human trials. I just can't rack my head around needing an iOS update every month on my brain.
Why is this on the TV? Keep watching. Pay attention. What the was that? What the is that?
Somebody at the network must have made a mistake and switched to Momo's live stream instead of the Lowe's commercial.
Have you heard of people experiencing the Oz factor? So the Oz factor is kind of like how its name implies. It's like whenever Dorothy accidentally goes into another realm or dimension whenever the tornado happens in The Wizard of Oz. So that's what the Oz factor means. It means that people can accidentally disassociate so hard that we accidentally cross into another dimension or nearby realm or a place between universes. Lots of examples of people experiencing this say that they may be in the woods or on a hike in the middle of nowhere, and all the sounds like birds or animals or streams just suddenly goes away, and then everything becomes distorted or everything starts to look or feel kind of weird. Others say they may be walking around in public, and then all their interactions start to be really weird between people they interact with on the street, or if they go into a building, it might have no workers and be kind of like a liminal space. And that's basically what the Oz factor is. Let me know if you've experienced it in the comments. I'm really interested to see what you guys say.
And this happened to me a couple times when I was a kid, and I was just really tired but forcing myself to stay up. But what I saw was a clown coming out the dresser. I thought something was wrong with me for the longest time.
This kid did not hold back. As some of us may know, there's been a lot of conspiracy theories on LeBron James being in a cult, which has made people believe that he sacrificed Kobe Bryant in order to get to that next level.
Yo, Bron, why'd you sacrifice Kobe?
After this video was uploaded, the majority of people came to the conclusion that he was guilty, but have also pointed out that when he had an interview in the same week, he was cloned.
Yo, am I bugging y'all, or this ain't LeBron? That is not LeBron James. He looks like he's from Star Trek.
Now, I don't know about y'all, but that looked nothing like LeBron. But then again, you guys let me know what you think.
I mean, that's a wild accusation, but the fact that he even heard that over all of the crowd noise and gave that guilty look says a lot. And I'm not even going to touch on the cloning. That looks more like Duron James.
In the 19th century, a man dressed head to toe in leather walked through the New York and Connecticut countryside, and no one knows why he did it or who he was. Every 34 days, without fail, he would walk 365 miles, no matter what the weather was. An eyewitness says the first time I saw him walking through my parents' farm, I was a very small boy. He scared the life out of me, and I ran. He was silent, though. He didn't speak to people when he passed them. He would grunt to communicate. And people said that he would speak broken English, but that was just about it. Now, our boy became a local celebrity. Over time, people kind of got used to his walk and stopped being afraid of him and started, embracing him. And, he knew it. He would go knock on people's doors, ask them for food, and they'd bring him food. And he'd ask them for food by, pointing to his mouth. And people would predict when he was gonna come by and, mark their calendars and, take off church, take off school so they could see this guy. I think it's so funny. He's kind of just a glorified homeless man. He lived outside in the caves. There was a blizzard in 1888 and people thought that was the end, but he survived it.
He had to be in peak physical condition if he was walking 365 miles every 30 days, but I know the chafing from that leather was unbearable.
All right, let's go over to Alfred, checking the weather. And
not yet.
Wait. Oh my gosh, you love Elmo, don't you? Elmo, you okay?
Mr. Larry, Elmo liked you before.
Ask permission before you touch people, Larry.
All right, Larry, you've gone too far this time.
Yes, Larry.
Somebody had to do it. I just want to apologize.
Thank you, Larry.
That's very big of you.
I'm going to accept your apology, Larry.
Okay.
And Louis, will you drop the lawsuit?
I'm going to accept your apology.
Oh, he accepts it. Oh.
I don't think the world was ready to see Elmo get attacked like that, bro. It's safe to say Larry got a lifetime ban from Sesame Street. But with that being said, guys, that was the video. Thank you for coming to kick it with me. Let me know what you guys thought about these creepy TikToks in the comments below. And until next time, y'all take care of yourself.